What's up? Black men underestimate the power of coming together. Now, this is something that I'm going to emphasize as much as I can on this channel. Um, there's so many things that we think is going to get us ahead as people and as men, and we could break it all apart and say, okay, everybody as an individual need to work on themselves. And I could just say, work on yourself, and that is a true thing. Work on yourself, self improve in your individual life. As a black man, do that, right? But we are the most powerful. We are, in a lot of ways, unstoppable. In everywhere, we're unstoppable when we come together. If a group of black men can come together, not on the online community, not over the phone, but in real life, if you can have black men who come together and we help each other, we self-improve together, right? This is the most powerful thing that we can do, man. And I just it just come across my mind so much now because I see that that's really how power is exercised through people coming together. It could be, it can't, obviously it's through, like, weapons, and you can exercise power in those ways, but the most powerful way is when people come together. When people come together and they have one goal in mind, and they're going towards that, and you have truly loyal, committed men who are committed to coming together and committed to being the best and strongest version of themselves. Man, that's something it'll be extremely powerful. And the older I get and the more I realize that is our key. That is the way we're truly gonna get ahead. That is the way we're truly gonna move the needle forward. And that's how us as people become self-sufficient, through depending on each other, through having a real having a lot of empathy and care for your fellow black man, for your fellow, the people in your community, the people in the black community, the black people, right? When we really truly care for each other and we come together, and then we pick up a mentality of hard work, and we have a culture that reinforces prosperity and growing and having things and being in a abundance, and we have affirming good productive relationships. Man, it's just so powerful, and I can just see it in my head, that that's just something that's I'm definitely going to be a part of, either creating a community of black men where we come together, or I'm gonna be a part of that in some way, shape, or form, man, because that is the true way you can make a change in this world. You can move the needle forward when it comes to what you're trying to get out of life, what goals you have. That's the true thing, because one man can be powerful, but one man can't do what one man can't complete everything that needs to be done. It starts with, a couple of men coming together, then 10, 20, 30, right? But I want to make this clear too. It's not just about sheer numbers and coming together. It's about the level of people that are loyal and committed to coming together, loyal and committed to helping each other be the best, having empathy for one another, being vulnerable with one another, but also caring about their individual life. And we all just can group and have that one mind to get whatever we want in life. And I think that for black people to really rise, a couple of things need to happen. First, we need to come together. Then we need to start reshaping things culturally that reinforce prosperity, change our mentalities around, and make things more based on hard work and gaining skills. And then from there, you keep expanding and you keep expanding. And then that's where I feel like we can really become sovereign over each other. And then we become more successful, we have more money. That's where we get to a place where we really have our own government. We really have our own thing where we have a form of a government where the black people are actually benefiting, right? And I think that you're gullible and naive if you think that things are just perfect. And I'm not saying that you can't become successful now. I'm not trying to put people in a victim mindset, but what I am saying is that there's things you look at and you see that there's only a couple ways that you can get what you want out of, whatever you're trying to get. It's only a couple ways to get that. And I think when it comes to economic prosperity, I think when it comes to black people being treated better, uh, and black people doing better for ourselves, more importantly, the most important thing is to get us out of a mentality and a culture where it's hurting us, right? And I think that's probably the most important thing because really, most of the time, we're hurting ourselves, but it's planted there for us to hurt ourselves. And a prime example of that, like I've said many times before, is the music. The music reinforces degeneracy. The music reinforces, you know, just a lifestyle that isn't actually productive for you to be the best version of yourself or the strongest version of yourself as a man, as a black man. And the thing that I'm just really starting to understand that the thing I'm really starting to understand is it's all in coming together, man. And that doesn't have to be exclusive to black people. That can be exclusive to good people, to people who want to see a real change, but like-minded people overall.